up, everyone? Happy Hump Day. This is Bench. Joey here, joined by my brother and co-host Angel. As usual, what's up, man?
What's up? How are you?
Doing? You good?
Good.
Good.
I'm here.
You're here. Yeah, that's
good.
all that matters.
We're good.
Over at the table, registered Packer owner, longtime Packer fan, Gabe, and of course, Eagles fan, 6'5", AJ Woodson.
Sir.
How you doing, boys?
We're doing great.
Awesome. Terrell's not here today. He'll be back next week.
Aw.
In today's episode, we're going to get into a lot of stuff. Some news happened. The owners are meeting and conniving. All those rich people, GMs,
People.
they're getting together.
It's a good adjective for him.
Like I did that.
Yeah, they're rich.
Jerry Jones leading the pack, probably.
Yep. Did you see? I don't know if you're sure if you covered it. His notes.
Oh, I forgot to put it in there.
Talk about it when we talk about owners meetings.
Yeah, we might have to pull that up at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
That's pretty funny.
I'll get it.
Yeah, the owners are meeting. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of decisions being made on what the 2024-2025 season is going to look like.
A lot of smoke screens.
No, I'm saying as far as the rules, a lot of rules getting passed, a lot of, as far as the structure of the season, how that's going to go, people getting signed. The draft is 100% lies at this point.
Yeah, now everyone speaks like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
There's a new favorite for number 2, but the same favorite for number 1, so I guess we got that down.
I guess.
Episode 109. Wow, 109 in the books. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the show.
Hi.
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for joining us and just hanging out with us for a little bit. These 4, sometimes 5, just regular morons talking football,
hanging out, talking about the game we love.
just dudes being dudes.
Just guys being dudes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one better.
Yeah.
If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music, thanks so much for joining the audio version of Benched, and leave a review. Share it with the buddy. Share it on the socials. All those things.
Share with a friend.
Cost you nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Just be nice.
Yeah. And then, of course, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Search @Bench Show to follow us on all those different platforms.
Spell like this. I did it this time.
Yeah. Okay, now I got to do that. Now I got to do that in post, you piece of crap.
Yes.
I
was wanting to do that.
Thanks for following those different platforms. We got show clips going up. We have news, the draft. It's going to be vital that you're following those platforms. So make sure you're following us between the show on any one of those platforms. Okay, boys, I got a list for you. It's a little NFL related, so it might be a little better. The over-unders for the teams came out.
Oh, God.
Okay, this is the DK Sportsbook over-unders for win totals for the NFL teams. I'll read just a couple, okay?
Okay.
Honestly, I kind of want to put some money. You know what I'm saying? This is the first over-unders out.
The draft hasn't even happened yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like...
So at least wait for
it's
that.
a... okay, you want... Okay, well, that's
No.
fine.
I'm saying go ahead.
Yeah. Let's start at the top here. Let's start Baltimore, 11.5. Gabe, let me know if you have anything else.
No,
Okay,
I'm good.
Okay, cool. Baltimore, 11.5 wins, over-under. I'm going AJ. Sorry.
AJ.
Over.
Sorry. You're going over.
Over.
Okay. Over-under, 1 playoff win.
Ooh. Yeah, they'll get a playoff win.
Under. Hell no. Under. I don't think...
What's that based off of?
History.
Stats.
History stats. This is really interesting. Atlanta at 10.5. Angel over-under.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Weak division.
How dare you say that about Derek Carr?
I would say over.
Yeah.
10.5.
So you're betting on a healthy Cousins?
I'm betting on 11 games.
You got them winning the division?
Yes.
Gabe, Green Bay, 10.5, over-under. Don't be a...
Over.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's easy.
This is a good one here. Houston in this next tier at 9.5, over-under.
9.5?
9.5.
Over. Smash.
Wow, you guys are really disrespecting the AFC South. The Colts on their way, baby.
Yeah, smash.
Will Levis. All right.
I
tried to sell it, and that's all I had. Let's look at these bottom teams here. The worst odds at 4.5. Unfortunately, New England joins Carolina down there.
Yikes.
New England under 4.5.
How the turntables.
Under.
I'm going to go over. They can't be that bad.
I'm taking the under on that.
We got
I'm taking the under on that.
Carolina.
Under.
Super under.
Taking the under.
They're going to
Are they improving?
I'm putting everything I own. I'm selling assets.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
There it is.
They're going to draft Shador Sanders next year and just bench Bryce Young.
Nope, they're not going to do that because Deion said they're not playing anywhere cold.
You don't want to play anywhere cold.
Yep. Does it get cold in the...
In New England? Yes. Every now and then.
No, I'm not saying...
Carolina.
No, I'm saying Carolina.
Oh.
So every now... Yeah, I'm saying.
Carolinas do get cold.
Carolina gets cold too. So.
It's East Coast.
Suck on that.
East Coast on run, baby.
8.5,
It's the
Chicago.
South, baby. Under.
That could go anyway. I mean,
Under.
that's all
I'm gonna say
Caleb.
under. I'm gonna say under.
That's all on Caleb.
7. Under.
These are very interesting. It's very interesting to come out with these so early.
What's Denver? Oh my God.
See, I was going to be nice. Denver is the second to worst odds at 5.5.
Yikes.
You know what? I'll probably take the under. We're not getting the best quarterbacks of this draft class, as it looks like right now.
Yeah.
And we haven't traded for Justin Fields. It might be under.
Did you guys see Sean Payton's quote on if it was difficult if the financials made it difficult to get rid of Russell Wilson? It was a quick no.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate at all.
Let's get into news. The NFL was changing up some rules. The first one is one that was talked about all last offseason and is now out of the league. The NFL banning the hip drop tackle, or some calling it the hip drop swivel tackle, whatever you call it, no longer allowed in the league. The competition committee unanimously voting that tackle out of the league. We got the video that was shown in the actual owners' meeting, but right before they voted on it. I'll say this. This is something that I've never liked. It's always been ugly to me. It looks like a move that's made to hurt someone. It's no wonder why it's a very common occurrence for someone to have a major injury during this tackle. I mean, how you guys feel about this? Because people are all over the place on this. Like, some people are very, very pissed off.
No, it's the NFL players were against this, which is surprising because they're the ones getting hurt.
Yeah.
All the NFL players, all the foreign players were just saying, oh, sometimes you need to tackle like this. How you want us to tackle if you can't do this? I mean, if you guys are, this is just we're trying to clean up the game. This is a very terrible tackle. Look, everyone on here is either a star or super. Look at that. Just that you could end careers by doing this. I don't think.
I mean, a 300-pound man just throwing his hips to the floor
on your knee.
It's just,
yeah.
Get it out of the game. If it's too hard, sorry, it's hard.
I definitely agree that it is, a lot of guys get hurt that way. However, in the recent years, we've made it so hard for these defenders. Now we're just making it even harder for them where it's like, look, again, I know it could lead to a big, you get the ACL tears with this and, you get all that, but you've made it so hard for these guys to make these plays now, and this is just taking one more thing away from them.
Yeah, I'm not speaking to the rest of the tackle rules because some of those could certainly be argued, but as far as this one, because that's going to be the argument. It's too hard to keep driving. It's too hard to get that correct angle. It's too hard to bring down these athletes, and that's just too bad because what's harder? Recovering from an ACL when you're 35 and Mark Andrews. Recovering, these crazy injuries that are happening. That's way harder, not only on that team, not only on that player, but on that team, on that fan base, on the legacy that they could have had. Like, it's too, the juice is not worth the squeeze, as a wise man once said. I mean, I'm all for this. I'm glad it's out of the league.
But what about the defenders that are going to miss these tackles and lose contract money and this and that because they don't look good on the field anymore because they can't make these types of plays anymore? I mean,
Just go be better. Go adjust to the game. Go
be better. What
because that right there is not worth players' careers being ended. Like, that's the trade-off. I understand it's going to be hard.
Harder.
The NFL is just adapt or die, and if you can't adjust your tackling to this, then you're just not going to be in the league because teams don't want 15-yard penalties and first down every time they see this anymore. I'm sure this is the same way when they were doing the horse collar. It's the same type of violent act. It's just it's time for it to leave, and I don't want to see Tony Pollard get hurt again like that. That sucked. Yeah.
Let's move on here to another rule that was changed. Oh, before we do, AJ, what's your take
I was
going to
say, I think there's got to be a difference between a hip drop tackle on a sack or in the open field rather than somebody chasing someone down. Is there going to be a difference in the call of that? I saw a video today of the famous after the interception, DK Metcalf chasing down Budda Baker.
Yeah.
That would be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
Wow.
I agree with it.
So it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of penalties.
Ugly the first couple weeks.
There's gonna be a lot of penalties, and it'll probably take a minute for the players to adjust. But I don't think the NFL's going back. No. Like, this kind of rule, this is gonna be the new NFL. Moving on here, the owners also are gonna. This one I am not for. The NFL kickoff will never look the same. NFL owners vote to just totally change it. We have a couple visual help with this. So this is kind of how it's going to be set up.
This looks so weird.
This is a CFL, I believe, game.
Oh, to the house?
To the house. It's going to really increase the amount of returns and kick returns for touchdowns. It's going to give so much more value. You're about to see, guarantee it in the next week, all these different kick returners start to be signed to teams. The Cordero Patterson signing, we're gonna talk about it in a second. But I heard Pelissero, I think, say that literally the agent was there at the meeting, and as soon as that was passed, okay, sign.
Yeah,
like it's just guys' careers are gonna get extended for that. And I mean, it's gonna look weird.
It looks like very CFL. It looks like this is not
right.
The NFL. This is a different league.
Keyshawn Nixon, he tweeted about this like very.
Oh,
much
it's great for them.
Very much.
It's these guys who are gonna be flat-footed, 5 yards apart from the guy who's trying to block them.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a 20-yard head start.
Yeah.
Guys like Keyshawn Nixon, Cordell Patterson, any of these speedsters are just loving it because they're going to need to pop 1 or 2 holes. Pause. And they're taking it to the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Let's take a look real quick on how they've changed it over the years. It's kind of funny. Back in the 90s, they didn't give a crap.
Just go down there and knock somebody's head off.
They moved the kickoff yard back. Let's get these guys running faster
Let's
at
get
each other.
more speed and more momentum.
Then in 2009, long time there. 1994, 2009.
Yeah.
Then they started thinking about safety. First eliminated the wedge. Then they moved back to the kickoff line. Then the touchback. They tried to make that a little bit more. Then on and on and on. Finally, now we've gotten to the point where the kickoff is no longer how we have always known it. And that's the biggest bummer to me. The iconic moment of an NFL kickoff game. Yep. When the kicker runs up and, I didn't mind the no running start. That's fine. I didn't mind, all the other changes about the yardage and the touchback. But to take away that's part of the NFL that's like,
you know where this is going to be?
a moment.
You think like the Super Bowl, how like the opening of the Super Bowl with the fans and the lineup.
You see they all lined up.
No, that's what I was gonna say. We're gonna see it be really awkward during the Super Bowl when everyone's pumped for everyone's around the table, everyone's got the food and their beer, and then we look up and there's just weird formation.
So this is kind of like the safety punt, right?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
It
to
is
that.
a safety punt. Oh yeah, wow.
It's very similar to the safety punt. We have a go one more, AJ. This is kind of how they're gonna be setting up. The kickoff team's gonna be on the 40. On the 35 is going to be most of the kick return team. 2 returners back. They cannot move until the returner catches the ball.
Unbelievable.
That's so they're all going to get the same start here. But notice the returner will have about a 30-yard head start. It's going to be crazy. And honestly,
can you squib it?
I don't know. No, because
it has to land.
There's
in
a
that
landing
zone.
zone. It has to land in.
You can land in the zone.
Penalized. I'm saying that it's a 20-yard line. So
I'm
it's
thinking
more of a pooch than a.
No, I'm thinking like. Yeah, this is.
What about like onside kicks when you do those?
They now eliminated the surprise onside kick. It's something that needs to be declared.
You have to declare an onside kick.
Wow. What's
the
the point?
surprise? Well, you can still. There's still a
Let
possibility
them know
you might
your
get it.
surprise.
No,
and
it's
then
not.
surprise them.
Well, because every onside kick now is always a surprise.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just line up in onside formation and,
Yeah.
So yeah, kickoff is really, really changing. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah, it'll be awkward. It'll be on Twitter opening night. It's just I'm indifferent until I see it. Once I see it, then I realize if I don't like it or not.
Let's try to take a positive spin though. Let's hear it for the return men who are back in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're back.
Keyshawn Nixon, baby.
They're about to be stars.
As a Packer fan, I'm pumped.
Huge.
You know what's
huge
funny?
for a guy like Keyshawn Nixon.
The Packers were one of 3 teams to vote against this.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw it all.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe they don't believe in Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Well, they just signed him to a 3-year deal.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe not to return. I don't know. They
Yeah,
voted
like-
against it. What was it, Gunter?
Goonted it.
Goonted it again. He said, "Let me goont this rule right back over the hill."
I goot that. He has a stamp now. Goonted. Man, we gotta get Gabe a shirt that says Goonted.
I'm gonna buy something.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
What was
That
Aaron
would be
Rodgers
really
on?
good. We gotta get that out quick. It's
a good idea.
Yeah.
Goonted.
Let's move on here. The NFL announced that the Eagles. We know this is going to host in Brazil week 1. Now we know that Peacock is going to carry that game solely.
So NBC, right? So NBC
that
will
what that
care.
is?
Yeah. NBC owns Peacock.
NBC owns Peacock.
Okay, yeah. So NBC, but I don't think they'll show on the network NBC, right? It's
No,
only on.
I think it'll be the NBC staff or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah, it'll just be
Romo.
their staff.
Yeah.
No,
No,
that's not Romo.
That's
Is that Brady?
that's Collinsworth and Tarico or
Sunday
whoever.
night.
Here we go. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Sunday night crew.
All right. Well, that's not bad.
No, that's a good crew.
It'd be cool to see like Brady's debut.
Oh no. Let him get his feet wet a little bit. This is his first year.
In
Maybe,
the home of his ex-wife.
Is she from Brazil?
Yeah.
That's so funny. You know that. That's hilarious.
Who doesn't know that?
3 blocks from the house you grew up in.
Maybe Carrie Underwood has a new
She's from
spin.
Brazil. Deshaun Watson.
Something that might be fun here. There are 2 teams left in the running to lose to the Eagles in week 1. One of them are the Browns. The other one are the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
It would be a good Browns.
Whoa.
The Browns are good, but it'd be a better game with the Packers.
Jordan Love,
Yeah,
and the Eagles.
It would be better.
Love, it's the same conference. It could mean something later on in the year. Yeah,
And like
That's the way to go.
the Packers can actually like throw the ball and look like an offense. The Browns just we don't. Nick Chubb is coming off a major injury. Watson's still
See,
hurt.
the cadence of that was offensive, but I think you're good.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying
I
like
thought you were gonna go at someone
No,
like,
because
oh god,
all-
I was bracing myself.
He's ready.
Listen, we had a rough year.
he has one
We'll
in the
be back.
chamber for the Browns.
no, because
man.
all of the guys were hurt last year. Watson was hurt. Chubb was hurt. Let's not give them this prime game to come back from. Love and them are the youngest team in the NFL, right? That's
got younger.
yeah. No, but Love versus Jalen Hurts. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Watson versus Jalen Hurts.
Hey, game one, let's stay healthy out there, boys.
Yeah.
Let's stay healthy
Yeah.
here.
Oh my God, I miss football so much.
Moving forward here, the NFL Hall of Fame game was announced on August 1st. It'll feature Caleb Williams, most likely in the Bears, versus C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Neither of them will play.
No, Stroud will be on the sideline eating some like chips.
Yeah, I don't think Caleb Williams will play. He'll be sitting with his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
oh yeah,
Nope,
for sure.
nope. No, he won't.
where
You see his mom having a hot dog. Nope.
Wow.
he'll be. He'll be
Jesus.
I'm getting good at that.
Where were you planning on using that?
It's one in the chamber, baby.
Okay, it's done now. It's a one-off.
Bears also going to have some things going on the field here. Devin Hester, Steve McMichael. That's the quarterback with the headband, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Julius Peppers going into Hall of Fame. And Texans will have Andre Johnson, the man who kicked the shit
Andre
out of,
Johnson's going to the Hall of Fame.
out of Cortland Finnegan. Remember that?
Yeah, of course I remember that.
Yeah, I'm
Good times.
happy.
It was a great day.
These are pretty good. I mean, those four. Sheesh, that's a pretty good Hall of Famers right there.
Yeah, so be a good night.
This Hester's first year.
The second year is in
is it?
eligibility.
He
He
wasn't
got
the
this
first
year.
ballot Hall of Famer.
That was a stat class last year.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, but Hester is
I'm
like
glad
the
he's in
GOAT
it.
in a category.
I'm glad he's in it now. But what it makes it a little bit awkward is that Cordell Patterson beat his record. So now does Cordell Patterson get in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, man.
It's a little awkward when you think about like, oh, his record's been beat.
Cordell Patterson will be in the Hall of Fame one day.
That's crazy.
He will.
Right next to Arthur Smith.
Right next to
Yeah,
Arthur Smith.
you know who's giving him the who's inducting him. It's Arthur Smith.
My friend. My buddy.
My son.
Yeah.
Tyler Algier,
My
Joe
love.
Robinson, nowhere near the ceremony.
No, they actually no.
Protesting it in the front.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's recap real quick. Albert Breer, he says the nuts and bolts. I think that's hilarious that he's using the nuts and bolts. Anyway, so what happened, kind of in a nutshell, Friday, the Eagles, or sorry, not Friday. What's today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Tuesday. Tuesday's meetings. The Eagles Friday opener in Peacock. Yep. Amazon also going to host a playoff game.
Great.
Wild card playoff game.
Ask someone who has an Amazon Prime account right now if you can use it.
Also, last thing I want to cover here, Christmas football is going to be back. NBA, you're screwed.
NBA doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, NBA screwed. The NFL did insane numbers last year
Yeah.
on Christmas. I didn't watch a single basketball minute. They'll have a doubleheader on Christmas, and the NBA you might want to do like a Black Friday
Maybe like
thing.
maybe like Christmas at midnight. Yeah. that way there's no interference. Like midnight, we're gonna do it midnight.
Yeah, that's the worst possible news for the NBA.
Yeah, this is the NFL just taking over North America sports.
Yeah.
North America sports.
And there's some kind of so Christmas is on a Wednesday, I believe, or
it's on a Tuesday this year.
Gross.
I don't know.
I know. That,
I think,
no, because it was on a Monday last year.
but I think they're
Well,
playing
we're in a
on a
leap year.
Tuesday this year.
We're in a leap year.
Oh, so there's an extra
So
day in
it's on a
February.
Wednesday.
Oh,
That's all I know.
Christmas is on a Wednesday.
Oh,
Christmas is
Wednesday.
obviously on a Tuesday.
oh.
I think they're playing on a Tuesday.
Okay.
I can't remember. Moving on here, more changes. The NFL moved the trade deadline back 1 week,
Awesome.
from week 8 to week 9.
That's fun.
Andrew Siciliano,
Destiniano.
the really short guy from NFL Network. He to help you understand what that means, kind of in real talk. After 9 weeks last season, only 5 teams were more than 2 games out of a playoff spot. So the trade deadline should be fun. A lot of people are going to be involved still.
Also, this helps. If this was last year, it helps the quarterbacks who got hurt during that
Yes.
span. Like this helps out a lot.
And it's the Tuesday after week 9.
yeah,
So after week 9 has been played, going into week 10, that's when the
that's pretty
trade
good.
deadline will be.
Yeah.
Let's fit this in real quick. In-season version of Hard Knocks will now fall around an entire division. 4 teams for the in-season version of Hard Knocks. That should be really fun. Real quick,
Yeah.
guys, what division are you hoping they follow? I'll go first, the NFC East.
Let's do the NFC North. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. The NFC
Justin
North.
Field. Wait.
Oh.
No, sorry, NFC.
Yeah,
Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, no Kirk Cousins, just Justin Jefferson.
Jared Goff. Yeah.
Yeah, just Jefferson.
Maybe Drake May.
Maybe Jay Daniels. Maybe
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And of course the Lions.
And Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
The best team in the division.
Best team in the division.
Over. You took that really well.
No,
Over at the table,
because it's not true.
What division do you want to see on this?
I'm gonna say the AFC North.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's
Yeah.
return. Russell
The
Wilson.
best division
Yeah.
in the NFL.
That's really is the best division in football.
That would be phenomenal, especially when Justin Fields is actually playing.
Yep.
Gabe.
Oh, for sure. NFC North. I want to see it. I want to see an in-depth look at Chicago. I want to see if the Lions are going to come back as the same team they did last year. Justin Jefferson, some drama going on there. If he requests a trade, I don't know.
Imagine how boring it'd be if they did like NFC South. No offense to all those teams.
Yeah.
But like
I don't want to see the comeback story of Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. What a gem to
I'd
follow
see the
around.
Kirk Cousins thing with that's
Yeah, that'd be fun.
yeah.
But 1 out of 4 is not what you want really
not
here.
it.
You know,
That's
it's
not
not
it.
it. It's not.
Let's actually take a quick break and then we'll be right back and finish up this news. Okay, we are back, and we did find the picture of Jerry Jones. Thank you, AJ.
And his notes.
Taking copious notes. What is that? Did he not think that was going to make the shot?
Zoom in on it. Wow.
He is literally doing scribble doodads.
Scribble scrabbles. I don't.
Not to mention, I have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. They're not even good scribbles.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
they're just nonsense. Like,
This
what?
is- he's trying to look educated, so he thought he wrote down some notes. But then he was, I don't know what happened.
I want to know who was talking while he was being disrespectful. Is this Goodell? Like,
Roger. I'm not listening to you, Roger.
pay attention, Roger.
Dang.
We just can't afford it.
All right, we're
Jerry
not talking
Jones.
about that.
Jerry Jones. That's why.
That's why the Cowboys have won since 1996.
Okay, that's kind of. I mean, listen, I don't want to get the whole Jerry Jones thing here, but that is just very embarrassing. If you're a Cowboy fan, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a great look.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. Sorry, I'm behind my notes here. Real quick, Tre'Davious White signing with the Rams.
Yeah, pretty good.
For a team-friendly deal here, up to $10 million, $8.5 million. I don't know what the guaranteed numbers are, but I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of incentives. But big upside. He was a cap casualty for the Bills. Now goes to the Rams, and
yeah.
get a have in the fold.
Get another shot at a playoff team. Yeah, like it. And it's pretty low risk.
Yeah, super low risk.
It's all incentive laden. So yeah, I like this. I wish he get back to where he was. I don't think he ever will now.
Yeah.
At one point, he was like one of the best corners, if not the best corner in the NFL.
I was gonna say bringing into camp a guy who has been talked about as the best corner in the NFL is just maybe good, even for the guys to learn around him. J.K. Dobbins is gonna attempt to come back. Good for J.K.
Yeah, hey.
He's been cleared for football activities, and reportedly is doing quote outstanding, coming off a torn Achilles after injury after injury after injury. They've replaced him on the Ravens, so I'm guessing that ship has sailed. But
Yeah.
good luck to you,
Yeah.
J.K.
Yeah, he broke the hearts of fantasy fans and Ravens fans everywhere.
That was a rough one.
He needs to go somewhere where there is zero pressure for him to do anything. Just be healthy and become a guy.
Where's that?
A lot of places.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
I think pair him with Pacheco. Not pair him. Sorry, not pair him at all.
Pacheco and
Have him take
CH back there. Just put him your third.
Yeah.
Your third running back.
Yeah, I like him with Buffalo. He kind of can do what James Cook can do. Kind of can do everything.
And they don't really run their running backs.
They don't really. Yeah.
I like it. Cordell Patterson just made every fantasy football player in the world laugh or be mad. Kind of how you see this. Yep. Falcons All-Pro and Pro Bowler. Let's remember that. Returner Cordell Patterson, one of the biggest names left in free agency, signs a 2-year, $6 million deal with the Steelers as the NFL alters kickoff rules. Patterson lands in Pittsburgh, reported here by Ian Rappaport.
And reunites with former head coach, former offensive guru, Arthur Smith.
That is the story here. Cordell Patterson back with Arthur Smith. Of course, if you don't know, maybe you don't know, he was with them in Atlanta. And not that we need to be clear about this. It's not that he was a bad player.
Yeah, no.
It's not that he doesn't belong on an NFL team.
Nope.
Yep.
It's not that he doesn't belong in a running back rotation. He's a good running back, but he took carries away from much, much more talented players.
Yeah.
And someone that used the number 7 overall pick on.
Yeah, an argument can be made. Him and Algier, that's already lopsided. But him and Bijan Robinson should not be in the same kind of valuable carry categories. There was goal line runs where they ran Cordell Patterson.
Right.
And Bijan Robinson was on the sideline.
Yep. Yep, certainly happened. AJ?
I don't think AJ knows much about this topic.
I mean, Angel, you just said there's the goal line carries. There was a game he got 3 goal line carries in a row for like a total of 1 yard. And again, it's not that he is not the player to. It just
doesn't belong.
I thought I was done with Arthur Smith.
So basically, if you're a fantasy owner and you own Najee Harris or Jaylen Warren, it's time to sell.
Oh my gosh, do you have him?
No.
Sell.
Yeah. Okay, I think he's there to return kicks, but I'm also definitely one. I think returning kicks is the Trojan horse that Arthur Smith is getting him in the building.
Yep.
But I think
he's a selling point.
I think he is 1% going to be involved in this offense. They might need him on the football field. Like if they can use him right and not take the more talented backs off the field, and maybe like use him as another weapon. Remember, they lose Deontay Johnson. They don't really have a real number 2. So maybe he plays a little more receiver.
So you like him more in real life than in fantasy?
I like him as a weapon.
But for fantasy though, would you?
For fantasy, no. I think this is gonna be trouble for
a
Najee or Warren isn't a guy you're kind of depending on it now anyway. But yeah.
But
if you did have any hopes for Warren,
he's not a bad guy though when it comes to that though, right? Like his fantasy, he's not bad. It's just that he takes away is what you're talking about.
I mean, Warren is a real player that Tomlin likes. I don't think Warren's gonna lose all his workload. So you're probably looking at a 3-way split here, which I think hurts all of them.
Which you don't want that in fantasy, for sure.
So not that any of these players are bad, but what's the sample size? Or what's the
serving size?
No, what's the fantasy term? Serving size.
Serving size.
Buffet game. The fantasy term. Share.
Timeshare.
Carry share.
I don't know what.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's killing me
It's been
softly.
so long.
We'll get back there. How many carries is he going to get? Let's move on here. Jerry Sneed, newly traded for Tennessee Titans cornerback, got the bag. 4 years, $76 million, $55 million guaranteed. They lock him up for the next at least 3 years. So good for you, Jerry Sneed.
Yeah, Titans.
Everyone won here.
Titans apparently have money right now. They're just giving away money. Good for them, man.
Everyone won there. The Chiefs got their pick. They didn't lose for anything. Legarius wanted to get paid.
Titans got better.
Titans got a good cornerback. Everyone wins. Let's move on here because this is what I want to talk about before we get to our mock draft. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott. This is how it was reported. Remember, all these guys are for their first time in a while. Jerry Jones and his staff are getting interviewed at these owners' meetings, and some stuff's coming out. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, have a mutual understanding of his contract situation, sources say, with no offers from Dallas despite him being in a contract year. This is a quote from Jerry Jones. I'm not going to do that.
You got to do it.
You got to do it now, yeah.
We are where we are. Locked and loaded for this year.
Locked and loaded, baby.
For this year. That's the key phrase there. For those of you who maybe don't know how this usually goes, this is what it looks like when you're going to let a quarterback walk.
Yeah.
And if you need an example of that, see Kirk Cousins this year.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happened. If you're a quarterback, especially a quarterback in his prime, who just did what he did last year, going into your last year of your contract without even talks, unprecedented. This didn't happen.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins is 36.
Yep.
This is not the same, in that regard.
I'm just gonna start the bandwagon now. Hey, Dak, come to Denver, man. We've done this before.
Yeah.
We had Peyton Manning and got that boy a Super Bowl. Come over here, man.
That's a huge point. There's gonna be teams if they do get this to the offseason, he's not going back to Dallas.
Look what Kirk Cousins got after Achilles and being 2 years older or 3 years older.
That's what I'm saying. Teams are going to go to Dak and say, the money. Yeah, whatever, blank check of the money. What else do you want?
Yep.
Like, what else do you want?
Yeah.
You want control and personnel? Like, he's going to get whatever he wants. He's not 30. He can't be 30.
I'll check.
Okay. Even then, quarterbacks play till like 35.
He is 30 years old.
Wow. Okay, so he
So next year be 31.
Years.
Oh, you're
Totally.
perfectly fine giving a 4 year.
At least
Totally.
5 more. Yeah, I was gonna say 4 or 5 more years left.
And we don't want to be like two-faced because last week or last show we were talking about whether or not he can win a Super Bowl. We think he can. We weren't confident in the Cowboys. That was more of
it's the situation.
Yeah,
it's not the player. It's just, it's the situation for sure.
Let's think of teams next year.
There's so many.
Broncos
teams.
are a big one.
Let me just, as a Bronco fan, let me just cook a little bit here.
Yeah.
If we don't land any of these guys in the draft, let's just pick best available, and next year be like, we're just gonna wait for Dak and be in the Dak sweepstakes.
Titans, if Will Levis doesn't work out.
Titans is a fantastic spot for him.
Panthers, if Bryce Young has lays another egg.
I wonder.
Hell, Steelers, if Fields doesn't
there's
play
so
well.
many. There's so many teams that you insert a Prescott and
The Patriots, the Raiders.
Absolutely, yeah.
Raiders is good.
Let me ask you this: is this a mistake from the Cowboys to believe that the grass is greener on the other side?
Honestly, I'll side with Jerry. You've seen what you can do. You've seen the best of the best. If it hasn't worked out since 2000, whenever he became starter, it's just not going to work out. It's just time to move on amicably. You get a comp pick, but that's about all you get.
Before we move to the table, I'll give my take. I think it's a huge mistake. Mm-hmm. I think you don't move on from a quarterback in his prime. You know he's good. How hard? I think that maybe a little spoiled going from Tony Romo to Dak Prescott so seamlessly. It's hard to get a guy like this. Mm-hmm. It's hard to get a top half. I'll say that a top half of the NFL quarterback and lock him up for this long. I think this is the mistake. I think the grass is not always greener. Even if this works out for them, odds say this is the wrong choice. I'll go to the table. What are your takes?
Again, I think the situation is bad. So I don't think Dak's a bad player, but I think Dak working with the Cowboys just doesn't work overall for the team. So moving off him might be good for Dallas. It might be good for him. It might be good for everybody.
Okay.
It's time to move on for both of them.
Wow.
And every TV show and every show like ours has been yelling at Jerry Jones for sticking with his guys. Stuck with Jason Garrett for so long. Sticking with Mike McCarthy. Sticking with Dak Prescott. This is an uncharacteristic move.
And you know what they'll be yelling at next? Is like, hey, you stuck with the wrong guys, and you let the wrong guy go. I think that's the next move. Yeah. Like, if to hang this on Dak Prescott, it's like, no, you have so many of the issues. Number one being you, Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Like to hang it on Dak Prescott, because it's not going to be any different. Go get another quarterback. Jerry Jones is still going to run this building the way he runs his building.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the biggest problem. We heard the Dalton Schultz interview about how he's doing live tours during practice and during weight rooms, and just the whole thing is a big for sale circus.
Yeah.
I don't like the move, but as an Eagle fan, pumped.
Yeah,
pumped. Here's my next question to you, Ange. Is Trey Lance the incumbent here?
Trey Lance.
I forgot about that.
This is also his last year of his contract. Part of me thinks, what if it doesn't go well? And they're like, let's just trade.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get the house for Dak Prescott at week 9, and say let's just run Trey out there, see what he can do.
Get some at the deadline.
What you can do is if nothing happens, you trade Dak and you give Trey Lance the deal they gave Jordan Love, the 2-year kind of fugazi deal, kind of like a prove-it deal.
Yeah,
that's a nice transition. Then you draft someone next year and pair him with Trey Lance and see who wins there. But that's you can get 3 first-round picks for Dak Prescott right now, just from any team in like the top 3, 2 and beyond. I think Caleb Williams is better
for sure.
Yeah, but I would take Dak Prescott over anyone minus Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about it's going to take 3 first-round picks for the Vikings to move from 11 to 2.
Yeah, to get
Drake May, or JJ McCarthy, wherever it is going to be. To get Dak, I mean, you got to imagine 4 is the starting point.
Yeah, it's going to be, if this happens next year, what an offseason.
When they traded for Lance, this is what we talked about.
Yeah.
When this situation comes up where that man needs to get paid and Trey Lance's options are all out, you're in this weird position where I don't know what that guy is, because no one's ever seen him play except for one rain game in Chicago, Trey Lance. And this guy, I won't commit to him, and now we're in the final year of his contract. This is how they do business in Dallas, and this is how they've always done it.
I mean, how long should you stick with a guy who can't win the big game? That's basically what the question is here. Like, how long do you stick with Dak?
I mean, as long as you think he can win. I mean, so if Josh Allen loses 2 more playoff games, is it time to move on from him?
No, I'm just saying. It's not up to me. It's up to it depends on how long do you give someone. It's a tough question. I'm glad I don't have to answer it, because if they let him go, Dak goes, and he goes to a better team, and the team wins something or wins a playoff game, and Cowboy, it's just gonna be a bad look.
Yeah, interesting.
What a scenario.
That's just, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. That's going to be a story all throughout this season. Jerry Jones is going to give us some nuggets for sure.
Yeah, because he can't afford it.
Yeah, couldn't afford Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
Then good luck with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
He's part of the building. Okay, here we are. Our first ever mock draft for the 2024 NFL real draft. That's now in about, I think, 30 days.
Yep.
Or 29 days from when you're watching this on Wednesday.
Yep.
This is the first time we've ever done this. We're only going to do the top 10, and we're going to go back and forth. Trades are on the table. Crazy picks are on the table. Denver trading up and just getting all 5 first picks on the table.
Let's set the stage here real quick for this draft and all the buzz behind it.
I like the drama.
Okay. The amount of quarterback talk in this draft class, it is you have the big 3.
Yeah.
Then you have whatever you see. What's his name? JJ McCarthy.
So tell the people who the big 3 are.
Okay, the big 3: Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May. All quarterbacks. And then you have J.J. McCarthy, who's it feels like last year he's kind of following the Will Levis, following the Baker Mayfield of the years prior, where draft stock goes up and then goes down, and you kind of don't know where he can go. Yeah. Then you have the wideouts, obviously Marvin Harrison. You have Neighbors, Roma. I always get his name. Yeah, and then you have the lineman Alt, and then Fashano, lineman from Penn State.
Yeah.
This draft's so deep, so the trade backs is a lot more realistic, I think, this year than in a lot more years, because the wide receiver class is deep, the lineman class are deep, and most of those wideouts and linemen kind of rate the same draft wise.
Yes.
Like you'd be cool getting a Neighbors as cool as you'd be getting cool with getting a Marvin Harrison Jr.
I know we've talked about this a lot, and you are a huge proponent of trading back in this draft.
Yes.
Like you like it.
There's so
many
much.
Teams. So I feel that's going to happen for you if you get the opportunity here at some point.
Yeah.
Want to get started?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Good luck. With the first pick in the 2020. We're going to do that now. You'll take number 1. Who you going number 1? You are the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields. Okay.
So this
out of town. Who you got?
This is if I'm the Bears, who I'm selecting, right? Or is it who I think the?
Oh, okay. You power hungry. SOB.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, if I was the same, but or.
Let's do what we think is gonna happen.
Okay. What I think is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has been a Bear since his sophomore year.
Yeah.
No, this is this is who they traded Justin Fields for. This is who they traded Keenan Allen for. This is who they signed who they traded Montez Sweat for.
Yeah.
They set this team up to where they can sign guys long term, Jagan Johnson, Montez Sweat. Yeah. They could sign hopefully DJ Moore next year long term for a quarterback to come in here who the salary isn't going to be $50 million for another 6 years.
Yep.
This is an easy pick. This is number 1 pick. They're going to run this card in the second that that it says go.
Yep.
Caleb Williams out of the University of Southern California.
There's a report that came out that he's going to have a door key to the facility and a locker very soon.
Yeah.
Like they want him in the building ASAP. So it's not a huge secret that he's going to go number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has always been the plan.
Yeah. What they don't do anymore is have I think with Matthew Stafford, they have guys sign contracts prior to the draft. That's not in the current CBA.
Right.
But he might as well just sign a contract. Yeah. It's set in stone. Caleb Williams, number 1 overall.
Yep, I like it. Caleb Williams goes number 1 overall. That brings the Washington Commandos. Adam Peters, first-time GM. Head coach Dan Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn.
Why did I not believe that when I say it?
Well, it's
kind of weird.
Not a lot of confidence behind Dan Quinn.
Yeah. I would have said Drake May up and down for a couple weeks now. But today, on Tuesday, at the owners' meeting, a report came out. Pelissero asking around all the different people, all the owners, all the voices around for different teams.
And Pelissero is an insider for NFL Network.
He's a real one.
So
he said the most common answer was J.J. McCarthy.
Okay.
Michigan quarterback. I don't buy it. I hear too many scouts who love Drake May and who think he's superior talent, not only to J.J. McCarthy, but even to Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's a weird smokescreen. I'm not sure what you gain by saying it's J.J. McCarthy, but I'm just going to trust that they're going to make the right decision here. Take Drake May, take the tools, take the big arm, go with Drake May, number 2 to the Commanders.
Yes. Drake May is my least favorite out of the big 3. I'm not a huge fan of Jaden Daniels either, but Drake May, it's just I'm getting Mitch Trubisky here. I'm not gonna say it right now because he might be better.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. It might be because he'll play for North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, New England Patriots, new head coach Jared Mayo. I'm gonna throw a curveball here.
I'm mad at you.
And they're gonna solve the problem that they haven't been able to fix since Randy Moss.
Oh, wow, there we go.
Instead of getting the quarterback, maybe look. Next year, Prescott will be out there. Maybe they take a step back. Like, let's just get the best available because we're so bad at one position for the last decade.
Yeah.
I had the Patriots taking Marvin Harrison Jr. number 3
overall. Wow. Yes, Lord. That's over J.J. McCarthy and over Jaden Daniels.
Oh, yeah, over those guys. Whew. But the flip side of this is I seriously can see them trading back.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do.
Yeah, but I think just a shot at a blue chip player, one you could build your friend. Look at what happened to the Minnesota Vikings once they got Justin Jefferson. Now they're a top flight offense. Now they're always in the running for these kind of stats. I am 100% on board with Marvin Harrison Jr. to New England.
And I don't hate it either. If you're not in love with one of these quarterbacks, why be forced to take? You have a generational type receiver sitting there as well.
Yes, exactly.
So unless you need a left tackle, we love Joe Alt. We kind of feel the same way about him.
Yeah.
Why not take the guy that you know, hey, this guy's 95% going to be
you're
an all-pro type receiver.
You're pretty sure that he's very, 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 very good.
Yeah.
So that's what if you have so many holes, but this has been a problem for them for a long time.
Right.
And Jared Mayo knows this. He's a Belichick disciple. He knows how hard it was for his predecessor to get this position right.
Yeah.
Marvin Jr. solves all those problems, and then it puts all those other guys less pressure off of them.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to invest all these big contracts into Kendrick Bourne and Hunter Henry because you have a Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay, so Marvin Harrison Jr. goes there at number 3. The NFL world is reeling. And with that, Jaden Daniels is now falling in the draft, not going number 3. And that brings me to my first trade in the draft. I think this is where the Cardinals, they have Kyler. They love Kyler. There's been no smoke around Kyler moving. And that's something we thought might be possible this offseason.
Yeah.
Not happening. Kyler's their guy. This is a golden opportunity to move back, get a couple first. I think the Cardinals trade with the Vikings. And let me set this straight up here. It's the Cardinals and Vikings. They're going to trade. Come on, the Vikings here.
It's going to take I want to see what you are giving away here.
I think this is going to take. It's going to take. I also got yours. Yeah, you got it. It's going to take 11, 23, next year's first and second. Sorry, third. We'll do third. And they might get like a 6 back or something.
Yeah.
Maybe throw like next year's 6 or next year's 5th. Throw Philly's 5th just because it's going to be a late one. Do propose, and that's what I got.
So you think it takes 3 first-round picks? They made this very apparent when they traded with Houston, right? To acquire a second first-round pick. 3 first-round picks to move it to number 4 is pretty generous. It's pretty good baseline to start a trade talk.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what the Vikings have always wanted to do. I think this is one of the least well hidden things we've seen in a long time.
But honestly, go ahead. Sorry, if you're a Vikings fan, you like the aggressiveness that you're showing. Like, no, we just like Kirk. We're not going to sit on our hands and become the Patriots or become the Broncos who can't get this quarterback position right.
Right.
We're in a attack it this year. Deep quarterback. I like this. I think the Cardinals.
I'm not done blowing your mind yet.
Okay.
Not only do the Vikings trade for the number 4 overall pick.
Oh my God.
But look who's right behind them now. The Los Angeles Chargers, new head coach Harbaugh. I think they need to get in front of Harbaugh because Harbaugh coached a little man named J.J. McCarthy. I think the Vikings take J.J. McCarthy now at 4 over to Kevin McConnell.
No chance they're taking.
He likes him.
That the Chargers were going to take.
I'm just saying, maybe he brings him in. You never know. Yeah. But that's who I have going there. McCarthy at number 4, and the draft is fully underway now.
Yeah, I think the next pick is my favorite player in the whole draft, and also the most obvious and slam dunk. This is probably my favorite prospect in the entire draft. Second favorite.
Yeah, you like this guy.
Joe Alt.
Yep.
Tackle Notre Dame. I think for the run game and for the physicality that the Harbaugh brothers run.
Yeah.
This is perfect. What you do is you just penne stool him. Go to right tackle and become one of the best in football. So now you have Slater and you have Alt there for the next decade. I think Slater's up for extension this year. Sign him long term. You have Alt, problem solved. You want to run the ball 45 times? Now you can.
Yeah.
This is the easiest pick. They do get trade calls here though.
That's what I was bringing up. Yeah. If Jaden Daniels is falling like this.
But I think Harbaugh has deconstructed that team so much that just like New England. At a pick 3, you have so much less talent this year. You just get the best blue chip player. Yep. And some people think that Marvin Harrison and Joel are just blue chip, ready to go, day one starters.
Yep.
San Diego, LA Chargers pick the let's tackle Joel.
So just like that, we're halfway through the top 10 here, and that brings the Giants. Brian Dable and the Giants. Okay. Daniel Jones is there. Jaden Daniels is falling. I think they are crazy tempted to take Jaden Daniels. They've kind of backed off the Daniel Jones thing recently. The owner did come out at the owners' meeting and said I would not stop them if they wanted to go and grab a quarterback, but I would like them to try to work it out with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
I think this is another trade back. And I hate to complicate it, but I think the Giants are going to trade back. I think Malik Neighbors is also someone very tempting here.
I thought you were going. Yeah.
So I'm going to do. I think the Broncos are going to trade up for a quarterback here. They see Jaden Daniels falling, and I know Jaden Daniels is not the typical Sean Payton guy, but I think they see that guy falling and they make a move. I got the Broncos trading up. It's going to cost them 12, 76, and let's say next year's first.
Next year's first.
First.
They just got out.
For number 6.
Okay.
And I think they take the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. Angel, how would Bronco Nation feel?
Well, the fit's odd because he played such a wide open system, and Sean Payton wants to run heavy sets under center. He wants to control the line of scrimmage. I'd be very excited, but also be very, very cautious about the fit. But obviously, just like the Vikings, if you want to attack a position of need, I won't hate you for it. Yeah, I think it's solid. I would, after we do my takes on Jane Daniels, but yeah, I think it's solid.
Okay, so that's through 6. The Titans are on the board.
Another easy
They've
one.
been very active, but they could take whatever they want here.
Another
they've
easy
been so active. What do you got?
I can't say his first name.
And Terrell's not here.
Pashano from Penn State.
Yeah.
Some people have him over Joe Alt. I've seen that in many mock drafts, in many big boards, that they have him over him. Yep. I think it's they slot him right next to Skoronski, who was their first round pick last year.
Yeah.
They draft him right there. Left tackle, left guard, ready for the future, not paying him anything. This is how you do it. You build from the ground up. This is slam dunk.
Yep. I like it too. I think these this is what happens in a quarterback draft. You now have guys. Look who's available. Malik Neighbors, he's like 1B under Marvin Harrison. Brock Bauer is supposed to be a generational tight end prospect. Yep. He's the hardest guy to mock in this. You have no idea where he's going to go because a tight end is such a hard pick to make in the top 10. Dallas Turner, the top edge rusher, not to mention down at 13, Latu from UCLA. Yep. And then a couple of just stud cornerbacks. One from Alabama. I believe the other one is from Toledo down there, Quinn Mitchell. He's a dog.
Quinn Mitchell is my favorite.
He's flying up right now. Yeah.
I finally get some work on him draft-wise last night. He's probably the best corner. Some people think he's the best corner by like a wide margin.
Yeah. And here we have the Falcons. All right, let's look at the Falcons, where they are as a team. Mm-hmm. They're in championship mode. It is how long can Kirk Cousins play quarterback for us? That we need someone to win right now.
Yep.
Right now, I think they do it. I think they add riches to riches and take Malik Neighbors with this pick. Pair Malik Neighbors with Drake London, with Kyle Pitts, with that backfield, and have a super-duper offense.
I like the pick, but
it's a little irresponsible.
They need a Dallas Turner. They need someone, an edge setter who's not Jarrett or those kind of. I
like Malik Neighbors. None of you guys were too high. I was the highest one on Darnell Mooney, so we think that may be a spot who's still available. Drake London, for as good as he's been, we'll see what he's like with an elite quarterback. I believe in him, but I think those two guys, Kyle Pitts, I don't think it's too much where it's like you're wasting a pick. I think you're definitely going to use him this year. And I think it's all about maximizing Kirk Cousins at this point.
Yeah.
And I think the defense was not a weakness it was a pretty good defense. Yeah. But yeah, I could definitely see him taking a pass rusher as well. This is the most fun pick in the draft. Number 9, the Bears are up once again. They can do anything they want.
Yeah. I think they stay on defense.
Yeah.
Jared Verse. He fits the 4-3 DN.
He's a stud.
Because Dallas Turner's he's undersized. He's more of a 3-4 kind of pass rush kind of guy. Verse is a traditional black and white 4-3 defensive end. I think they run this in and try to make that defense as elite as possible. Now you've paired Sweat with Verse. That's what you want. It's my biggest thing with any of these pass rushers. You got to start pairing them off. Yeah. Now that defense becomes maybe one of the best in football because you have playmakers at all freaking levels, and now you have rookie contracts in there that'll make these players that make this unit last. This is if they go away with Jared Verse and Caleb Williams in this draft, the over/under. What was the over/under? This is pretty good.
That's looking really good. Packer fans everywhere shivering, shaking in their wee little boots.
Yeah,
the wee little cheese heads.
Cheese is wobbling over there.
Mm-hmm. Cheese is going bad.
Yeah. Oh, that next one's fun.
I got the Jets here. Aaron Rodgers making his triumphant return. Packer legend, by the way. He's coming back. week 1, carry the American flag.
Please do it.
Let's do it all over again. They're also, I think, similar to the Falcons in that defense is good enough. Obviously, they are a level up, an elite defense over there. I think an elite defensive caller in Saleh. I think this is an offensive pick, 100%. Here's what we're going to argue. Is Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses enough to stay away? Where's the tackle? From Oregon State, Fuaga.
Yeah, Fuaga.
Are they enough, or do you fortify it with another tackle?
Fuaga is the combined riser.
Yeah.
Because he performed well there. He showed well there. Big, versatile guy.
Yeah.
Go to a position where they need help, offensive line.
The hardest part here, though, is you look at who's first on that list, Brock Bowers, and who's third on that list, Rome Odunze.
If it's me, I'm picking Rome Odunze and pairing him with freaking Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
That's it. You're done wideouts for the next.
Yeah, Rome would be a hard one to pass up here. I think they take a long look at Brock Bowers, but Rome Odunze is my pick as well. I think the Jets here at number 10 go Rome Odunze. Can we do 2 more? Let's do 2 more.
Yeah,
let's do 2 more. Number 11, Angel, you're up. Rome Odunze, and you have the Cardinals to trade it back.
Okay.
For this number 11 pick.
Okay, this one's easy.
Oh yeah.
For a defense that has no kind of edge rush, no kind of pass presence, but also, we just talked about him. They have no one at cornerback right now. Quinton Mitchell.
You love Quinton Mitchell.
It immediately becomes their number 1 corner. And also, for a team trying to build something, you get the best. Dallas Turner is the height, weight, speed guy. Quinton Mitchell actually has good tape and good production. I'm thinking Mitchell here.
Yeah.
I think this is a very good pick. They moved back and got the best corner, the best person at their position. I think this is perfect.
I'll go with the Giants here. I think the Giants are tough to pick here because Darren Waller might be gone. He might just straight up retire. You have Brock Bowers sitting there.
Yeah.
You didn't get the quarterback, so you're going to want to just keep building around the quarterback. I think Brock Bowers is a strong pick here, but the tackle again, or even the pass rusher, is very tempting here. I think they take Brock Bowers. I think he's way too shiny of a toy for Brian Dable. I think Brock Bowers here to the Giants if Darren Waller retires this offseason.
I think even if they have Darren Waller, I think they just draft him anyway.
Maybe. People say this guy's going to line up in the slot.
Yeah.
He's going to line up in the backfield. He is everything that you could have hoped Taysom Hill to be times 50.
Yeah, they said you got him at H-back, line him up at out wide and in the slot. Brock Bowers at 12 is a value.
Yeah.
My favorite picks so far are 11, 12 or 10, 11, 12. Rome Odunze to the Jets is a fantastic spot.
Yep.
And then Quinton Mitchell with the Cardinals. You're just trying to build something. You're trying to build something good. He's the best corner. You have nothing there. You had a first round pick second round pick last year. I think you start throwing that because it's hard to find it's hard to find a cornerback. But especially if you get the best one at number 12, while collecting assets for next year, because they're far away from being a finished product.
Right. That is the. We'll stop there. I'm so tempted to just keep going.
You guys can keep going, man.
We'll stop at number 12 because it's going to start getting a little complicated here, and I want to make sure I'm making at least a pick I've thought about for more than 5 minutes. That's our top 12.
So,
let's run back through it here. Caleb Williams was number 1 overall. I think we all know that by now, but still, that'd be a fun moment as Roger Goodell's there starts the draft off with Caleb Williams.
Starts the big old bear hug thing again.
Yep.
Even though Caleb Williams, I don't think he's a bear hug guy.
No.
With his mom.
That seems offensive.
No, I don't know what he is, but he's not a bear hug guy.
Yeah.
He's going to hug him from behind.
Ooh. Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. So he's wearing orange?
Yeah, he has orange.
He seems like
orange nail polish.
Yeah, that's what my next question.
Yeah.
Orange nail polish. What's wrong with you?
He's a Chicago Bear, man. It's just it's in me now.
We're implying, man.
I know. The humor isn't implying it. God. Drake May to Washington to kind of restart that franchise. New ownership group. The fan base is excited. Drake May has some weapons there.
Yep.
You still got McLaurin. You got Dotson, who
we don't know what he is yet.
Zach Ertz is there though.
Yep.
And they bring in Austin Eckler, and they still have Brian Robinson.
And Kingsbury has been a air raid offense, so we'll kind of see him right away. We'll see him throw the ball a lot.
Yes, Drake May, who was best friends with Sam Howell. Many think the reason they traded Sam Howell away is because it would be awkward to have those two in the same room.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. Marvin Harrison is the first splash of the top 10 here, or top 12.
I think
he goes to the Patriots.
He goes there, and whoever I think this is where the Patriots start just saying we actually meant what we said. We're to go with where they go with Brissett and watch Marvin Harris. I have such confidence that he's be a good player. I don't care if he has no quarterback. Just wait for it.
By the way, we'll talk fantasy real quick. Marvin Harrison with Jacoby Brissett. I'm still riding with that.
Yeah, I think
we saw Brissett support Mark Cooper a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think with Marvin Harrison, the clear number one in that room. Yeah. He gets a lot of targets, and I think he does a lot with them. J.J. McCarthy, this is a little splashy, but I just think the Vikings have their eye on him. And I think they're going to go get him.
And it's the most obvious. They've been hinting or showing their hand a little bit too much, I think.
I think J.J. McCarthy pairs with Kevin O'Connell, and we see what that is. That's a big gamble to me, but I trust Kevin O'Connell. Yep. Quite the coach. So move on here. Joe Alt, the big mountain of a man, going to Harbaugh.
Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. Yeah. In about 3 years, will be where we might be the best 1-2 in like all of football.
When they first talked to Harbaugh about the Chargers roster, he could not stop talking about the offensive line. Yeah. He said, show me where a team is by showing me where their offensive line is. Yep. I think those bookend tackles is going to be hard to pass up for him. Joe Alt at number 5 is. Yep. I mean, in any other draft, when you don't have 4 quarterbacks, he's a top 4 or 5 pick.
Yeah, I think this is a slam dunk pick. This is one of my favorites.
And then I have your Broncos trade up to get Jaden Daniels. I would love to know what Terrell would think about that. We'll ask him next time he's here.
Yeah, it's hard when you think about trading up because you just got your first round picks back and you trade it again. But Sean Payton's he's a risk taker for all that he is. He takes risks a lot.
Yeah, we'll see. So he pulls the trigger. Titans getting the OOF. Getting the tackle from Penn State.
Fashanu. I know his last
name. He slots right in, starts day one.
Left tackle, right next to Peter Skoronski. And
who had a great year.
And newly signed
Cushenberry.
So
Malik Neighbors goes to the Falcons. I think just gives them the best group of skill players in the NFL, not even close.
Yeah, and it also helps out Kirk Cousins because there's so much talent on that field now. Yep. I'm not putting my eggs too much into the Mooney and
who else?
Who's that guy they traded from? Not Rondell Moore, is it?
Oh yeah, Rondell Moore.
Yeah, I'm not putting my I don't know why I blanked out. Yeah, I'm not putting my eggs in that basket because they both kind of haven't proven to be consistent. I can see it happen.
Yeah, you get Neighbors in there with the rest of them, be really good. I love Jared Verse to the Bears. I love him with that defense. Mm-hmm. That defense was number 1 in a lot of categories down the stretch last year. I think Jared Verse is sacking the hell out of Jordan Love all season next year. Rome Odunze to the Jets.
This makes sense too. There's not Mike Williams. You don't put any trust into he could stay healthy. Rome Odunze allows you to manipulate, matchups. You can have Mike Williams. Mike Williams is going to be hurt 3 or 4 games, whatever.
Use Mike Williams as a weapon on occasion, just for his strengths only.
But Rome Odunze and Garrett Wilson, that's a fantastic.
Very, very good. Kenyon Mitchell, one of your favorite players in the first round, goes to the Cardinals. They trade back, still get the top cornerback in many people's eyes. Jonathan Gannon gets his CB1.
Yeah, you're building something. You have to start somewhere, and it's hard to find a good cornerback. So this is kind of where
the Giants traded back. They're going to go with Daniel Jones, and they're going to give him a new tight end, Brock Bowers,
to not throw to.
To maybe not throw to. Darren Waller didn't do well. I'm not sure how Brock Bowers is going to do, but maybe they'll use him a different way. They did like the short game and a tight end, maybe the guy to do that. Either way, Brock Bowers, we have him going to the Meadowlands there with the Giants.
New York Football Giants.
We'll see. Guys, what do you think?
You guys did a great job with that.
Thanks.
Honestly, just a lot of moving and stuff like that. Yeah, that was really cool.
How exciting is it to see a draft board start to fill up?
Just and those names next to those logos. It's everything.
Yeah, I think the draft has been not romanticized, but it's such an event now for the NFL. And we've seen the effect now, both good and bad. Just last year, Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans. You see what one player can do for your franchise. Yeah. There are so many blue chip players in this draft. It's so deep that the best player might not even be in the top 5. Might be in the top 12 or whatever. Yeah. It's a pretty fun draft.
Still plenty of meat left on the bone for those middling teams.
Yeah.
We'll have a full mock draft at some point here. Wanted to touch the top 10, got to top 12 because we love the draft so freaking much. 29 days away, the NFL draft. We're going to do something for the NFL draft. We're going to have a party. We're going to have a draft special. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to definitely be bringing the draft to you. That is our show for today, episode 109. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you're having a good week. Yep. Happy hump day. Hang in there. Friday's on the way.
Almost there. The sun will come out tomorrow. Well, day after tomorrow.
Boys, you got a message for the people? Just be great.
Nope.
We'll see you Friday. Sorry, I put you on the spot.
Yeah, you really did. Wow.
We'll see you Friday.
Peace.
Bye.